Hello and welcome to the Heat Army podcast. It is Thursday, the 14th of November, and it is the Wet Derby this weekend. The Wet Derby, or the Wet Derby. We'll be getting into that on the show and talking about all things recent. There's new signings, there's a prediction league to talk about, there's something on Mickey's top lip, and there's also other things that we can talk about as well. But I'll quickly say thank you to our sponsors at Northern Print Solutions and our partners at Patrick, and of course, hit that subscribe button, and you can see Regan Booty there, and you can see 4 booties over my shoulder that my wife has made. So if you've ordered a booty, the first 2 to come to the desk can get 2, because 2's going to Mickey straight off the belt, and the other ones will be coming soon. So come to the commentary desk. I think Darcy's got one ordered, and I can't remember who the other people are, but give us a shout on the show and I'll put them to the side ready for you being there. But let's get rid of that, and then let's bring in the boys. How you doing?
Shake that booty. Shake that booty.
Oh, yeah. Steely, I think you froze. I don't know if the green screen's using up too much of your computer.
Oh, what? Have I froze?
Yeah. You froze, yeah. You haven't moved. We can hear you, but you haven't moved.
Oh,
so Steely was trying to do something extra or special with his, but it hasn't worked. I'll remove him a second and then bring him back in. Hopefully he's moving again when we bring him back. But Mickey, that top lip has hair on it.
Aye, good.
Oh.
It's like, I haven't been to see my dad yet, and as soon as I walk in, my dad just say, "What the hell's happened to you? Look as if you've been hit with a wet skippy rope."
Oh,
as soon as I walk in,
I thought you had just been straight into like a chocolate donut and just hadn't wiped your top lip. Steely, you might have to log out and log back in because we've lost not all together.
Bye.
But I see, we're playing about. I told him because he's got a green wall behind him, we could probably use a green screen. It's my fault that he's having to log out and log back in. But a big thank you to everyone. Look, we've got Mason sending a message in. Remember, the show is fully interactive. Like and subscribe. And you can send us messages like Nathan Coulson has done there. Evening, everybody. We've got Sean Parry, Ben Allison. What stand will the Sunderland fans be in when they play Gateshead FC? Probably the same one, because there isn't going to be that many there, I don't think. We've got also as well how much for some booty. They are £6 each. Have you already got your order in? If not, tell us and we can get another one made. Steely is back, and there he is. We've brought him in. We've got the lovely Liv Walden is sent us a message, and we've got Vanessa. Hope you're all well. First off, sorry about last week. I had awful sciatica and back pain. I was just in agony. And I couldn't do it. So I had my wife massaging my buttocks last Friday.
You're literally shaking your booty.
When I went past, it didn't look like she was shaking them. It was one of them with a clothes prop.
She was rubbing in deep heat. So yeah,
deep heat.
Deep heat. Yeah, you got
the smell of that.
Just before we go any further as well, because obviously Mickey has grew that mustache. He's saying it's for, in tribute to Movember. What we really do know is that Mickey has 30% off on his OnlyFans at the moment. So if you'd like to subscribe, search Mickey Knuckle Deep, and you will be right into the action, and you will see everything. 30%.
I want a screenshot of that. That is very good, actually.
There we go. So there's Mickey's OnlyFans. You thought it was a joke. It exists. Oh, hello. You gonna say hello?
Make them to comment also.
Comment also. All right. Sorry. Yeah, like, subscribe, and comment also. There we go. He wants to be a YouTuber, so he knows all the verbiage. Right.
You've got the real stars of the show behind you, Davey. Get out of the way. Sophia's there now.
I want to be in it. Obviously, last week, lads, we felt we were a defeat away to AFC Fylde. It was a torturous listen. It felt like it was coming at times. You could feel that we were overloading, and once we went 2-0 down, and the third was inevitable when we pushed, and just not a great day at the office, really. But an honest assessment from both Regan Booty and Mags after the game.
I never seen it, to be honest, if you want the God's honest truth, because I was just too busy raging. It's not the first time we've collapsed this season either. I think we're just too easy to play through at times. and you've got to start putting tackles in, lads. I'm sorry, yeah, I praise you to the hilt, but there's not enough tackles going in, and people are just waltzing through. So, but I'm still going to support them. I was absolutely raging last week, yeah, but there were bogey team and Horton always scores.
What do you reckon, Mickey? Then you reckon midfield? You know, when you talk about walking through us,
there's a lot of guile in midfield, but there's no. Well, there is graft, but it's not tackling. We need someone who's a complete arsehole in the middle of that field.
Yeah.
Anything that'll tackle out above grass, break things up, give it to the players to set them away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nathan was ill last week. He was meant to be at Fylde. It's probably best in hindsight.
Yeah.
Mixed Scullies, but we were poor in the first half. I thought we didn't play too badly in the second, but individual mistakes cost us. And you know, it's high risk, high reward, isn't it, for the way we play? And if you know a couple of people are having an off day, it can be disastrous.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it was Fylde again. You know what I mean? It was just we looked poor, didn't we? You know, Mickey, you were raging. I know at the end of the game, I wasn't too bad. But, you know, it's defeat's a defeat. It's hard to take, but you move on. But you're right. You're right, Mickey. I think you're all right. I think about being a bit sort of soft in the midfield, maybe. Just not putting the foot on the ball a little bit, and you know, taking the man.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got. Will Mickey be looking forward to seeing his friend this weekend? Before there.
Which friend was that?
The manager of.
There we go. But you're looking forward to seeing his mate.
You know what it is, lads. Woodrington's his own man. You know, Aldershot, he's got enough problems without me even getting on him, because even Aldershot fans are getting on his back now.
There is snow and sleet forecast for later and early next week. I haven't seen this forecast for Saturday, but it'll be called for a postponement. Well, you know, you'd be feeling it in his fingers, you'd be feeling it in his toes.
There's someone there somewhere.
There is. I don't know who it was by. But,
the rain is all around us.
Yes, Steve Fort, of course, who's joined me on the pound for a pound challenge. We've got
the mentioning that tonight, Davey.
Yeah, we'll get into that later on. I've got obviously that's the thumbnail. So if you haven't seen the video, go on our YouTube channel, look in videos, not live, go videos, and you will see the video there. The first one, a little bit interrupted with obviously the sciatica, so I didn't get to record that much, but I still managed to lose weight, and so did Steve. And on the back of that, I think we've got 3 people joining us. I'm still waiting for videos from these people so we can make the video a little bit longer for the next one. So hopefully it'll not be this weekend, it'll be the weekend after when the next video goes out, so give time to get videos in, not edit them together.
Oh, it's just them just sitting there piling laxatives, then a video from outside the bog door.
Hot baths and that before we jump on the scale. I make it down their measures.
Complete opposite of that, Mickey. Didn't you get? Was it an air fryer you got this week?
Yes,
air fryers.
Very nice.
From the foundation, I've done the 4-week course at the Gateshead Foundation. Got myself a free air fryer, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Oh yeah, is it good? I've never used one before.
It's absolutely amazing bit of kit, mate.
It's like living in the future. It's like being one of the Jetsons with an air fryer. It's great.
Well, the fries are just a packet of normal French fries from Farm Foods or Aldi, something like that. Put some of them in there, just like McDonald's chips.
I'll be telling you how to make Slim World chips later on in our diet.
Slim World chips. I'm having McDonald's type chips.
Well, I can do them as well. Just got to cut them thinner. Evening, everybody. Disappointing loss against Fylde. I think if we loaned Real Madrid players against Fylde, we'd still lose. Roll on Saturday, much needed win.
And he's got a point there.
Yeah, peekaboo. Yeah. Oh God, I know. I didn't think of that one. This is a very good observation. Never mind only pans. It sounds like it should be only fryers for Mickey in his kitchen.
That's his other site.
That's his other one. That one's a bit more hardcore. So this
I'm going to try and I've got a Sunday dinner, and I'm going to try and cook some of the stuff in that this weekend. That'll be a first for us because I'm a traditionalist.
Yeah, roast potatoes and roast parsnips.
Wow, this sounds awesome.
Evening all from Ken Webster.
Ken.
well, now we've got a bit of the chit chat out the way. We have got some news that has come in from the club today. First of all, earlier this week, Gateshead made a loan signing from Birmingham City till the end of the season of Josh Williams, right wing back, stroke winger. I haven't seen anything of his footage, but from his own description himself, he said he's pacey, very creative, and hard working down the right. So that'll be a good addition to.
He looks a bit of a unit, man, didn't he?
Yeah, he looks a big lad, doesn't he? So handsome lad as well. So welcome, Josh. Welcome to the Heat family.
Yeah,
and looking forward to seeing you play on Saturday.
Winger. That's just what we want.
It is a bit of trickery as well there. And say, Josh, if you have just come to the club, but you can get yourself in deep with the Only Pans 30% off. Josh, you will love it. So there we go. But no, I mean,
you did well there to get a picture of Mickey smiling.
I know. I told you it's from the real Only. It's not. I didn't take that picture. It was Mickey. It's from his own website. But look, Carl's come in. Obviously, there is injuries with the next signing that comes in that dictated that signing. But Carl has inherited a squad. He's been working with it a few weeks now, and obviously he's picking out areas where he thinks things can improve, and the right wing back situation might be just that, because obviously we know we've been playing a number of players there. Kane, Adam, who isn't a natural wing back, Newton, you wouldn't say is a wing back, more of a midfielder. Hannant is a wing back. He can play either side, so it looks like we'll have a fair balance there if you have Hannant on the left and him on the right, or even Honstrop when he's fit, because he looked good in the game against, was it Solihull? So there's options there now for a player of like that's going to be hopefully that position out and out. And then of course we have signed Owen Mason as well until the 15th of January, goalkeeper from Mansfield, and he has got experience playing as well. More experience than maybe the goalkeepers that we have on at hand at the moment. That's not any kind of scathing report on Moss or Bassi, but players are in different stages of development, and this young lad has game time under his belt at a decent level. So it'll be exciting to see what he can do and come in, because we believe that Tiernan Brooks has a wrist injury, so that's what's dictated bringing in another goalkeeper.
You'll probably start on Saturday, I presume.
You would imagine so. There was footage on the Gateshead FC social media of him going through warm-up drills and stuff, and he looks a big lad as well. So let's hope he settles in quickly, because it's one of them positions where you're noticed on your debut, aren't you, for the right or the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, if a keeper makes a mistake, it's a goal, isn't it?
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, and we've got fill us full of confidence, Mason. We've got Owen Mason was in goal, guys. When Gateshead battered them 6-0, he was a younger man then, still learning.
He was. That's right.
Was that it? Was it?
Keepers get better with age.
The next Kieran Lofthouse, who knows if he's high praise already. Williams is meant to be great. John Eustace is a big fan of him before Birmingham sacked him. So yeah, let's see, we've got there. What's that? Brooks had a moon boot on at the Leeds game. Also, it isn't a wrist. Then must be false information.
Fake news.
But you never know. Could be wrist and boot. Who knows? Maybe did his wrist putting the boot on. But we'll wish him well.
I mean, when he went down against Solihull, he went down for a while, but he does that most weeks anyway. I mean, we're nigh on having a
you don't know if it's tactical time wasting with Brooks at times. I don't mind him doing it for us, but he was playing against me, I'd be very, very angry. Very angry.
Very frustrating. But if he's got a moon boot on, he could be out for a little while.
Well, you're looking to if Owen Mason's here in January, you're looking at least 2 weeks, aren't you? 2-3 weeks. So
at least.
Well, Well, the thing is, though, we did see Joe Grayson back on the pitch as well.
Ooh, lovely.
Training photos and stuff. So hopefully he isn't too far away. It'd be nice to see him on the bench on Saturday, wouldn't it?
It
That would
would.
be a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
arm.
Agree with that.
And because
Such a good sign to get back. Yeah.
the first game he was looked great.
He was outstanding the first game, and he's just his own endeavour to stop the cross, and he's ended up knocking himself out till nigh on bloody Christmas, bless him.
So hopefully, we'll get him back and Kenton as well. Not too
Yeah,
far.
where's Kenton? What about Richardson? Yeah, when's he?
He's not far behind him neither.
Is he not?
So that brings the dynamic of the defense a whole new thing. I mean, if you go to the beginning of the season and the way we were playing with Tinkler in the middle and Grayson and Richardson either side, we know that's a phenomenal defense, and also what they bring to winning the ball in midfield, because one will step up, and track a runner or whatever. So to have them come back will be absolutely amazing. And
of course you got Radcliffe.
Yeah, Radcliffe as well. Balahoon, yeah. And say Dan Jones's loan will probably be up soon unless it's been extended. I don't know. We're hoping Grayson will be back soon, but obviously you don't want to rush anybody.
He's been good, to be fair, Dan Jones.
Yeah, he does. He's grew into it. Grew into the loan spell, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to play a little advert, and when we come back, we'll carry on the chit chat. Remember, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please do, and we'll be back in a second. Well, there was some good news yesterday or the day before, I think it was. We've seen Kedwin Scott was back at Notts County following his little break.
Oh, that's good news, eh?
And scored, and it was a nice solo effort as well. He jinked along the edge of the box and created room for himself. And
for the first team?
Yeah, put it into the far corner and scored the winner inevitably. So great to see.
EFL Cup on it.
Yeah, so great to see Kedwin back and scoring goals like he does.
Oh, that's great news. That'll boost his confidence, A
lot of love for him all over from former teammates as well. That man, Macaulay Langstaff, was also putting up, praise for him scoring. So, yeah, it was great to see and brilliant to see Kevin Scott back. And we've got, you can make a five-a-side team full of goalkeepers. Well, it'd be hard to score against, wouldn't it?
Well, to be honest, most goalkeepers think they'll be better forwards.
That's right, aye. To fancy it, don't they?
No, I definitely. I could imagine Tian and Brooks being the type of person that will love the gun. He's not on the halfway line when he's in goal.
He is, aye.
You could just see him going on a mazy run, couldn't you? But Saturday, boys, we joke about it being the wet derby. Of course, after last year's, what we say, antics? Shenanigans, that's a better one there.
Yeah.
There we go. Darcy there has put came late. Even all came a bit late. Sorry, it's all right. Sorry, Darcy. I've got one of your booties here behind us for Saturday, and also Scott Barrow scored as well. Lovely goal.
Wow.
Good goal, good man of the match as well. So lovely to see Scott back enjoying his football. And
AJ got a hat trick for Dunstan.
He did.
There's two hat tricks. Poor Harry Moss was in goal for concert though. No, as I say, we're talking before, just before that, we got sidetracked there. Aldershot. It is going to be a tasty one. There'll be a lot of Gateshead fans aggrieved after what happened. I must admit, I'm not going to hide it. I was there in the ground. I was all set up ready for the commentary.
Yeah.
I seen the pitch. I seen the ball bounce. In fairness, it did stop in one place. The rest of it wasn't bouncing as high, but it was moving.
Yeah.
I've seen much worse pitches played on, and I just thought Aldershot knew what was round the corner because their chairman was on the board, in my opinion. And
that was the worst part of it. It wasn't the game, and you felt sorry for the Aldershot fans who travelled. Of course, it's a hell of a long way on a Tuesday night. But it was the bitter taste that they knew what was coming, and they alluded to it as well. In he let it slip slightly, didn't he? I think, and was it the after match comments after the following game?
Last game of the season.
Game of the season.
So he knew that's what
he come out and said we're going to keep training because someone mightn't be allowed in the playoffs.
So without being a rocket scientist, if they knew about that because their chairman was on the board, that there was issues with the EFL and the licensing for Gateshead's ground,
it's
a little bit naughty, isn't it? Allegedly.
Well, it's not like we're in the being an arsehole, isn't it? He's a complete prick anyway.
Well, that's the words of Nicky Barris, not the Heed Army podcast. But
well, he's a complete utter arsehole.
In your opinion, we've got Steve Farnfield
and many others.
TW sacked on Saturday night after the match. He'll be whinging, and then look at that. He censored himself. He's put stars there. But yeah, it's
well, let's put it this way: if he does get the sack, he'll be the first one to give a message off me saying, "Congratulations, arsehole."
Yeah.
Say how you mean it, Mickey.
How you mean it, Mickey. But I mean,
I don't want to see anyone sacked, to be fair.
No.
But it adds a little bit of space to maybe. I'm not going to say that Aldershot aren't a big team, but maybe a run-of-the-mill National League game. It adds a little bit of spice to it now, this one, doesn't it? Because of the history of last season. And obviously the precarious position that TW was in at the minute. If another defeat won't look too good for him, and it could get the sack. And
I think their expectations were like playoffs this season, wasn't it? That's what their expectations.
Well, they finished just outside, didn't it?
Yeah.
So you think if you yes, they lost a couple of good players.
Yeah.
One went to, I think it was a Bristol Rovers or Bristol City, something like that.
Oh, that was Rovers.
And they brought other players in. So if you've had a good season like that, you're expected to go the next step, aren't you?
Yeah.
Kick on, yeah.
So,
and where are they at the moment? About 16th at the moment, aren't they?
I'll tell you in a second. I'll just get it up on the screen.
It's still far too high.
17th. They're only 2 points above the relegation zone. So not inconceivable if results went against them. They could be in the relegation zone come 5 o'clock that night.
Talking of relegation zone, how good have Wellstone been lately?
Well, we were just talking about. I'll go through the fixtures at the minute. In fact, I'll share the screen.
Interesting Saturday, sweet.
So we were just talking about this before we came on air, me and Steely. That here we are. Right. So I'll bring this in. So it's the fixtures this Saturday in the National League. Altrincham South. Well, I'm reading it out, Mickey. Don't worry. Altrincham South End.
Okay, I've enlarged it.
All right. Well, Altrincham South End. Then we've got Braintree, Fylde, Dagenham, Barnet. That's not a given. It's not for Barnet.
The derby game as well, is it?
Altrincham South End. I wouldn't like to pick the winner of that. Then you got Ebbsfleet, Solihull Moors. You'd expect Solihull Moors to win that. Us against Aldershot. It's going to be a tough game. Don't be fooled.
Right.
Hartlepool, Eastleigh. You would think Eastleigh will win that 8-0.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Oldham, Tamworth. That's going to be a tough one, but you'd think Oldham should edge that at home.
Sneak that, aye.
As you say, Wealdstone, Rochdale. Wealdstone are starting to pick up points.
For Rochdale, that, aye.
Woking, Boston. It's 50-50, that one. Just toss a coin. Yeovil, Halifax. You'd expect Yeovil to come out on top of that one at home. And then the big game of the day, Forest Green versus York. A draw would be fantastic in that game for everyone concerned. But that's a tough one as well.
A good game that between the Fruity Vegans and York.
What do you call York?
York.
Oh, just York.
York City.
What a game that is. Is that on TV?
Aye.
Yeah. First versus second. As I say, Barnet's got Dagenham, who are mid-table, but they're not doing too bad.
Dagenham, that's a tough game.
Yeah, it is a tough game, and you look around, and if we can get a win, it would be fantastic. If we can come away with a point, it'll be good as well. But 3 points to keep us embedded up there would be even better. The hard work of the season before that has really helped us to be where we are at the moment. We're certainly
Aldershot's form has been a bit patchy there. Just looking at it there.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It looks like a Welsh postcode. I love it. And
a Welsh postcode.
It is. And if you're into tongue twisters as well, remember Mickey's OnlyFans is available. There's plenty of tongue twisting on that. Get yourself onto it, 30% off. It's never going to get old. Never.
It's still going to get old, but people are going looking for it. They'll be sadly disappointed because it's not there.
That's what you think.
Steve Farnfield, 5 wins from safety. Yeah, a lovely thing in that. I like it.
I like to get the 40 points first, I must admit.
Wickham.
Hey, Steve. What's Steve like, anyway?
Send 1 second.
Wickham have got Wealdstone, haven't they?
Wickham Heed fan. Wickham have Wealdstone in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Wickham... They're good football inside, to be fair to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look here. We've got Josh Stokes left Bristol for Bristol City and currently on loan at Cambridge. Yeah, so that was the lad. That was it. Wasn't it?
Okay.
So there was quite a few players plucked from the National League, as there normally is after when players really show what they're like. And
quite a step up though, isn't it? The Championship.
But it is. I mean, looking at this table, look, we're heading into mid-November, and we're sitting 4th after a managerial change. No one could have envisaged this.
Nah, 10 wins out of 17 is not bad,
Yeah, and
you realise we've lost the whole back 5 now with a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
to injury.
At some point this season.
Yeah, every player's been out at the back, and to be where we are, considering that, is absolutely fantastic.
And if you look, we've conceded 22 goals, of which 7 of them came in one match. So if you took that fluke out, we've got still a pretty solid defense considering.
Yeah, well, even still, I mean, if you took out if you took out 2 games, the Fylde and the 7. Who conceded 7, it's like we're got a really good defense apart from 2 leaky games. So hopefully we can get that tightness back, and as you say, the players are on the verge of coming back, and hopefully that can be what is good. We've got 1 second. Played most the entire season with Ollie. That's huge. Yes.
Yeah.
As I say, he's definitely
he's at Stardust, isn't he? Greg's the Stardust that can open the door for you when it's seemingly locked. So
that's absolutely right. It's a good way of putting it. Just that link up between the front two type thing. Yeah, well, you can make it happen basically.
Well, that's where people have to step up, don't they, to fill the void. And 1 second. I didn't say this, but Mick Scully's book couldn't believe someone tweeted that Magny is out of his depth after Saturday's game. He's only been in charge for a handful of games. Well, whoever give your head a shake. Give your head a shake. We don't have any God-given right to win every game. We're doing well considering our budget. Remember, we are a small team. It's David and Goliath in this league at the minute. What we're doing, yes, we've got a decent team, but it isn't the best paid team, And
we're probably got one of the lowest budgets in the league.
I bet you
consider where we are and where Fylde are and the wages being paid, and now which wages Fylde would want to pay.
If you went to the Oldham chairman and said you could be in 4th place with the same budget as Gateshead, he'd snap your hands off and kiss your feet. You'd kiss your feet.
Well, they're just signing another ex-league player, aren't they?
Who?
Few ex-league players.
Well, York as well. They're strengthening as well. They're strengthening for the winter campaign and pushing on with it. But
it's not like we're glad to sign players willy-nilly.
Oh yeah, it's not at all, is it? Interesting to see that the non-league Messi has moved on to another club yet again in Billy Chadwick. He's moved to Boston already.
Boston from York.
Is it Boston from York? Yeah, I think it's a loan deal, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He only went to York in January.
Yeah.
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 And it's an awful thing to say, but that was a catalyst for our change because we were able to bring in another striker with his departure.
That's right, we were.
So thank you, Billy Chadwick, for moving to York.
Yeah.
In fact, was it Brown?
And we got John Brown.
Dejan Brown, my lord.
Oh,
People
God.
are starting to send
Beautiful.
in their predictions. We'll get onto that very, very shortly. Don't worry. Right. Well, the one thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly play another advert. When we come back, we'll talk about the vlog and how it started.
Yeah.
And, people can get onto it and have a little look themselves. And obviously, this is the vlog here. There we go. Me and Steve Thornton are the first two that started. And we'll be back in a second.
Like and subscribe and hit the bell. I'm burning up. He not me. He not me. He not me.
They were hurt. They were viciously beaten. Right. Hang on, what's that? Chadwick could have played here and stayed longer with Wern and Ollie leaving. Got hurt. He played more. Yeah, I suppose. But we can't. On the what ifs. But as I say,
Well, he's our best player at the time, wasn't he?
According
It
to
was absolutely fantastic, wasn't he?
Well,
Yeah, one bloody good game.
he had one good game.
That Dorking game, yeah, the hat trick.
Yeah.
Well, if you had listened to not last week's podcast, the podcast before, I said I was going to start a weight loss challenge where every pound I lost, I would donate £1 to the Gateshead FC Foundation. Steve Thornton got straight in contact with me and said he would do it as well. We've made a vlog. It's only about 5 minutes long, just chronicling our start weight, and then 7 days later our first weigh-in with some little meals in between what we're doing and his exercise routine that he did, Mr. Thornton. And in our first week, we lost £13 between us. So that's £13 going to the foundation. I lost £6. Mr. Thornton lost £7. So, and I believe we've got David Chambers and David Renwick that are going to join us. And I believe Stephanie from Gateshead FC Stats as well is going to join in with it as well. So we'll be getting all into that and keep it going. So if you want to join us and get a little bit healthy and see if you've just got an air fryer, you might be able to get yourself some Slim World chips and lose a little bit of weight, maybe shave the tash and lose half a pound. And he's not biting, is he?
Not biting.
But no. If you want to get healthier, that's all. That's the only reason I'm doing it for health.
Yeah.
I want to, I want to live long enough to see my children take more money off us. So I just want to. As I say, I want to lose weight and get healthier. I haven't been feeling great, and I've been eating badly. So if you want to get into it, I'm doing it Slim World style because I've done Slim World before. So I'm eating them sort of rules. And you can do it whatever you're doing it. If you're calorie counting or cutting down and doing more exercise, do it your way, whatever's best for you. But if you want to join us, follow us on Twitter or add me on Facebook. Send a message of the your video of your weight. If you don't want to put your weight, we can understand that. If you're a lady and you think I'm not putting my weight, and you know what you're doing, but you can just tell us how much you've lost. And obviously we'll all hand in more money at the end of the season of how much we've raised to the Gateshead FC Foundation. And so if you want to do that, and if you haven't seen the video, go on our YouTube channel and click on videos, and there we go.
Great photo of you, Davey.
It is. I'll tell you what, I'm gorgeous, but hopefully that double chin will be not there for much longer, as sexy as it is, So I'm just trying to pull it back. So there we go. I'm doing the not eating style. Yes, poor Liv. Obviously, there's always one that has to rub it in and prove that they're losing more weight, and they're doing it. She knows I'm only joking, just going through it. And Patrick Stories, good luck with the challenge. Really impressive start.
Yeah.
It'll slow down. You always lose more in your first week. Don't expect us to be losing like £13 a week between us. I think we might be in real health problems if we were doing that. And we've got 1 second. We've got Heat Army from Lily Nolan. and we've got here dairy Christmas dinner. Yeah, it's just a bowl of Brussels sprouts. Well, I was going to address this nearer the time. I'm going to have 3 days off at Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. I'm going to have, enjoy the festivities, and then I'm going to be straight back on it.
I don't think we want to give you just a bowl of Brussels sprouts. Oh, can you imagine?
I couldn't eat them anyway. Couldn't eat them. Well, I've been very gassy anyway. I know.
I would love it, me. I would eat Brussels sprouts. I'd be toxic, but I'd love them.
I wouldn't be sitting beside you at the Boxing Day game and all that much.
Obviously, I know I've said it in the past. When the CPAP machine makes me very full of wind. Steely found out to his expense, sharing in a room with us down at Wembley. But obviously, all the healthy food, all the veg and fruit. I could power me car at the moment if I could get a pipe into it.
Sorry, on the island, I've been eating vegetarian food for a few days. My goodness.
Did you run out of food?
No, I was being cooked for, but it was all veggie food. So it was all chickpeas and goodness knows what. Oh, good.
Well, on that note, we'll say we'll welcome Steely back to solid land now permanently for the winter.
Yeah, I meant to say big news today. That's right. Yeah, I got off. I managed to get off. That's me for the winter now. So I'm not back till the end of March. So I can actually get to some games and starting Saturday. So we'll be at Saturday's game.
So you're definitely coming this Saturday.
I'm definitely coming, Bonnie lad. Yeah,
so if I think this pitch I need to be torn up the next time I see I'm clowning you with a heat with it.
I'll be there, Bonnie lad. Don't you worry. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Also, as well, I know this is quite a controversial subject on the Heed On Me podcast, but sometimes we just have to give the listeners what they want. Have all the puffins left for warmer climes?
Steve asking me that. Yeah, they have. Long gone.
Where actually do they go?
Atlantic. Just go and sit on the sea.
Just go and sit on the sea?
Just sit on the sea.
I thought they would like the Falklands or something like that.
Somewhere exotic. No.
Yeah, well, the Falklands isn't exotic, like, but...
So if you were puffing, where would you go, lads?
It's a good question, this. We'll put this out to the listeners as well.
Where would you go for the winter?
Lanzarote.
Basically from like September to the following like April, where would you go?
I can where the sand eels were most abundant. Those are the words I'm looking for.
God, we've been reading the dictionary this week, haven't we, Mickey?
Huh?
Been reading the dictionary this week, son?
Hey, there's no wrong with education. You want to try yourself sometime, David?
I didn't want to spoil a dictionary for you, but the zebra did it. I've got an audio book this week. I've been listening to. I've been loving it. Have you heard of Graham Hancock?
No.
He's a alternative historian, I think is the way to go about it.
Alternative historian. What does that mean?
Because he questions
conspiracy theories again.
Not conspiracy, but he questions the validity of the scholars that went to Egypt and also to like the where the Mayans were, because there's pyramids over there and they're very corresponding and stuff. And he disputes that the pyramids are a lot older than what they say they are, and also about how they moved the bricks and stuff like that. Because the ones in honest, I could go right down a rabbit hole here, but he doesn't say things for a fact. He just questions it and puts maybe something forward.
Seed of doubt in place.
Yeah, of what could be. Yeah. So so I've been educating myself on stuff that isn't real.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But he does it in a very soothing voice. It's a good listen. Apparently, Sean Parry would go to Jamaica. Steve Farnfield wouldn't go that far. He'd only go to the Isle of Wight because he's a lazy puffin. You've been called a lot in your time, Steve. I mean, called a lazy puffin, have you? We've got Ollie Scott. He plays for Alder on Saturday, lads. He played for South Shields. We'll keep an eye out for him. But Mickey, Steely, where would you go if you were a puffin?
You guess somewhere warm, wouldn't you?
Yeah. That'd be like Lanzarote for me, or something like somewhere like that.
If you want to go somewhere warm, I would go to my mother-in-law's front room. Honestly, I've never known a woman have the central heating on so high.
Oh God!
Like literally in December, I'm having to strip down to a pair of shorts when I visit because I'm just sitting there sweating. It's like being in a Swedish sauna. Is going and just whip myself with some weeds out of garden. Not I just got weeds in a garden.
Oh wait, Davey, to lose weight, this is good. So wrap yourself in cling film and get yourself doing that.
Aye, black bag.
I know.
Yeah.
Mother-in-law's there, you know. Mother-in-law's there. Sorry, Gail, I love you. But
Nobody tells us.
I'd go to I wouldn't go too hot. I think I'd go Morocco. I think I'd go to Morocco for a bit of spice.
Oh, yeah, a bit of spice. Yeah, good.
No, a bit hash on the pipe.
More like saffron. I'd go for like.
Come back bright yellow.
Come back bright yellow. A bright yellow pudding. I'd be luminous. And then I'd stop in Spain for all the paella I could eat. We got.
Did you ever see there was gulls, seagulls, and it was a curry factory, and when a gull fell into one of the vats, and it was just completely yellow. It was a hilarious photograph. Check it out on social media. Yeah, bloody hell! This whole thing just fell in a vat of curry, basically. So yeah,
curry.
Bogded seagull.
Just this yellow seagull. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
well, let's start with football, lads. That's it up at Bird Chat.
Exactly, absolutely. I fully agree.
Back into football. We'll go for predictions, everybody. There was one sent on Twitter earlier on, and I want to get it because they said they couldn't join us live tonight.
Right. What are you thinking? How are you thinking about this?
I'll read this one out first. Alan guessed 1-1. So that's for the fantastic Mr. Gray, who has updated the league and sent it to us here. So there we go. I'm still top. I'm 2 points.
Oh, for God! So you're still top?
Yeah, still top.
How is this possible?
I don't know. I'm more shocked than anybody else. I think there was only Gavin Rudd that had the 3-0 prediction right. Or did he? Yeah. Did he have it?
Is that the green? Yeah,
in the green. So he got the points there on that one. But yeah, it's hard being at the top, boys. That's all I'm going to say. Very hard. I'm going to have to stop taking this Viagra.
You need a spoon for your neck because if your heat gets any bigger, your heat back's kind of snapping out.
That's why I'm trying to lose weight, man. I'm telling you, my new body's like the skeleton, but my head's 43 stone. I'm going to go 3-1 on Saturday. 3-1.
Funny enough, mate, that's exactly the scoreline I went for.
You know, I was thinking of 3-1. I'm going to go 2-0 to Gateshead. 2-0.
One thing we're all going to do, though, is we're going to fill a jacuzzi with Widderton's tears.
Yes, we are.
Come on, let's just put him in a bath and next song or something.
You've got to watch out. His tears don't get the game postponed.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. We've got. Do they not go to the South Poles and impersonate penguins? Well, there we go. Neil Robinson, our man at Lords, has put any sensible puffin will go where the lady puffins go.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
We know what Neil Robinson's thinking with.
Aye, absolutely.
But it's got you into trouble, Neil. I bet it's got you into trouble. Ken Webster is 2-1 to the Heed. Mr. Luke 3-1. Us against Aldershot 3-1 win, says Craig. Nathan Coulson is going 2-1 to the Heed. We've got Darcy 2-2. Oh, Mr. Farnfield.
Oh, Steve, man. I'm not sitting beside you, mate.
Let's hope it's 35 degrees on Saturday and they refuse to play. 3-0. Gateshead and them lot. Steve Thornton, the man who lost £7 this week, is saying 3-0 to Gateshead. Sean Parry 2-0, and John Ollie, the gorgeous John Ollie,
beautiful John Ollie.
Oh God, it's the man you'd want to be, isn't it? You know what I mean?
What a hero.
You know, every man wants to be with him. Sorry, I wants to be him.
And be with him.
I'm gonna say, sorry, every man and woman wants to be with him. Every man wants to be him. So there we go. Of course.
Well, John, I've seen Davey in a completely different night tonight.
Yes. What can I say? You've got us all fingers and thumbs, Mr. Ollie.
I could say something, but there's Darcy's listening, so.
Oh, the Twitcher's got me twitching. Right.
That's quick.
It is quick. Not as quick though as Mickey on his OnlyPans.
Yeah, well done, Ian.
You know what it is? We should make mugs with that on, shouldn't we?
Oh, we should, yeah. We'll have them. Yeah. 30%.
Just imagine people sitting there. Why search Mickey Knuckles Deep? If you are just joining us, of course, it is the Heat Army podcast. We have been talking puffins, we have been talking OnlyPans, but we have also been talking about the arrival of Owen Mason and the arrival of Josh Williams. If you want to watch the back from the beginning, if you are just joining us now, also as well, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't already, if you want to join us on our pound for a pound challenge here, every pound lost in a weight loss challenge, it's not a weight loss, it's a health challenge. Get yourself healthier. I'm not going to say it's a challenge, but every pound that you lose, you donate a pound to the Gateshead FC Foundation. And they do amazing things. Mickey was on one of their courses this week and got an air fryer at the end of it, but they do so much more than things like that. There's the coaching courses throughout the summer. Well, throughout the year, there's the breakfasts clubs, to help struggling families. There's so much. There's Christmas parties and it's breakfast with Santa. They do so much. There's even trips to the theatre. There's trips to the Adventure Valley, and they do that all for within the community, and it's a charity. So please do get involved.
I'll come in there because I know Joanne is doing something for, how we've got the crisis with the gas prices and gas and electric.
Yeah.
I think she is working towards having a warm zone as well for people. And there's talk about getting heat packages out to the elderly as well, because obviously some of the elderly have lost the benefit where they get the heating payments and things like that. Yeah. And Joe is working on something with them with blankets and things like that, making sure.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Honest, that woman, well, the whole of the foundation, absolutely superb.
Yeah.
I know they finished third in the non-league Bible awards.
Okay.
But I think locally, our local government needs to give them some sort of recognition. They're absolutely superb.
They're a feather in the cap of the Northeast. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and of course, any events they've got coming up over the into the festive period, we'll definitely advertise if they send us over any artwork for it. Jay has put watching the snooker champion of champions and the podcast. Now that's what I call an evening. You need to get out more, Jay.
You must get out.
You must get out, Jay. You really don't want to be talking about watching middle-aged men laughing about a fake OnlyPans account.
Well, 2 years
with their balls.
Entertainment. We've got. What was I thinking? If I were a puffin, I'd fly to Gateshead International Stadium. Heck of a lot cheaper than LENR. Yes, it would be.
And other rail services.
Up, and Stephanie, she's lost £5. So well done.
Oh, good work, Stephanie.
Wow. Well done.
Done well there. So we'll add her in on the next video.
Yeah.
And, put her total in there as well and help it go up. So that's what £18 in the first week.
That's pretty impressive.
Nearly a stone and a half, isn't it?
Yeah. So
that's good.
Keep it going. And if you want to join us, please do. As I say, it's not a weight loss challenge. That's probably the wrong words. It's just about getting healthier and trying to make it easier on our hearts and lungs and livers and kidneys and everything else. So if you want to get into that, and obviously it keeps the population of Gateshead supporters high as well. We don't want to die. So there we go. It's double-edged sword, double-edged. So yeah, but any other business, lads? Can you, ladies? The ladies.
The ladies got absolutely walloped again on Saturday.
Did they?
On Sunday, 6-0 away to Thornaby.
What's
I wasn't
going on
obviously
here?
there.
Have a team just not settled or just lost a bit of experience?
Not a load of injuries, absolutely load of injuries at the minute. Struggling for numbers. I mean, Thornaby's a good side. I expect Thornaby to be up there or thereabouts at the end of the season.
It's sad to say we only had one sub on Saturday.
I did see on social media they are advertising for more players as well as skills. So if you know any budding,
we are struggling for numbers big time at the minute.
It's not good, that like.
With the injuries.
Have we won a game this season yet?
They won the first 3, but they haven't won one since.
Oh, typical. That's when they
like I say, we lost to Captain Sharpie, we lost Katie, Sarah, Grace is out injured now as well. There's a few of them. All got knocked.
Just got knocked.
And it's just one of them things at the minute. Everything's just coming together.
Aye.
They've got Ebentown ladies on Sunday at home in the County Cup. Hopefully Carl and Tom can get a side together.
Hey, speaking of low league teams and back to the men's football, but Heaven going strong, second in the division.
That one. I think Macclesfield's going to run away with the league, but they're definitely going to be contenders to be runners up by the looks of it. Also as well, our friends up at Blythe Spartans look to be getting a bit of stability back there now. They've just signed JJ Hooper back today as well from Spennymoor. They've brought in players on loan. Obviously, Gavin Fell has went up there as well. No, is it? Yeah, Gavin Fell. Was it Gavin Fell? Ben Fell.
Ben Fell.
Gavin did that.
Yeah, so he's went up to Blythe there. So I think there's a few other players that they're getting in. They've got the first game at home since the regime's been taken over. So I'd imagine it'd be a feel-good atmosphere up there. So it's nice for them to get that stability.
Good
one back to hating them.
Yeah, we can go back. As I say, I'll be supporting Matlock on Saturday. Yeah, all fair and level. Also, as well, this is one that I was going to bring up. Mick Scully's just reminded us there. Sad news about West Allotment struggling to survive at the moment. Only 4 years away from their centenary as well. Yeah, it's hard for these Northern League clubs. I know the class is amateur, but players still want to be paid, and it's a money game, isn't it? Doesn't matter even if it's at the top or at the bottom. And clubs trying to survive and bring players in to play at that level is a hard task. And I feel for West Lothian Celtic because
actually know the treasure up there, John Alexander, as well. Couldn't be a nicer bloke. I mean, he's stepping down this season. He was a player and he's been linked with the committee. He's done 50 years service up at West Lothian Celtic, John.
Wow.
So I mean, we'll hope the
money issues basically.
It's
one of the big sponsors has dropped out, and there's a big hole, and they kind of get the crowds and they kind of get the sponsorship in. Bless them.
It'll be horrendous for a club to go under after 96 years.
A great little club, West Allotment, now.
Yeah, Sam Pendleton has put his prediction in 2-1 to Gateshead against Aldershot on Saturday. It is. It's a crying shame. It seems to be happening all too much at the moment. And then you look down near one at Farsley Celtic, and wow, have you seen the pictures of their ground at the moment?
Yeah.
No.
They are they're not nomads. They're playing at Buxton, 70 miles away for their home games.
Buxton. Wow.
Yeah. Now,
They were in the National League about 7-8 years ago. Didn't they get in the National League one season?
I think they did, yeah.
anyway.
Well, the National League North anyway. But yeah, they've got pitch issues, but I don't know if it's more to do with the chairman than anything else. If he hasn't paid
blimey.
those.
Well, he's dug the pitch up, suppose he can put 4G down and ran out of money.
Right. Someone has.
Allegedly.
If you look at the Oldham Groundhopper, I think it is, that has got a social media page on Twitter and on Facebook. They've got aerial shots from a drone of the ground, and it looks like it's been derelict for 10 years. That's how quickly weeds have grown up, and the pitches just doesn't look like a football pitch. The weeds are all over the terraces.
It's an absolute disgrace. It's another charlatan coming in and taking over a club, and we haven't got the money.
Yeah.
But why does this keep happening, lads? This is what I want to know. You know, for Blythe and Fylde, it just happens, doesn't it? But it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't just be a thing.
Well, Steve Thornton they did make the National League, and we lost 1-0 there. That makes sense. It really does. If anyone hasn't won all season, guarantee Gateshead will give them that 3 points.
We're good at
I was there for that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's It's then there we've got the pitch looks like how local playing pitches look. It looks worse now. Actually, I'll see if I can find it. I'll look for this Oldham Groundhopper.
It's absolutely a disgrace. I mean, surely if you're going to take over a club, the fit and proper test must say, look, you're going to need X amount. Have you got this amount?
Well, that's what you would think, but it's blatantly not happening, is it? I mean, you know, we sort with ourselves, we sort with Blythe. It doesn't happen, does it?
Certainly doesn't seem to be the
crap, basically.
You know, 1 second. So
the checks on thorough enough, obviously. You know, look at us. You know what I mean? You know, how did he get his hands on it? You know,
little delay here because I went.
Thing is, he had to put a bond up.
Yeah.
And he kept going back to the bond to pay.
That's right.
To pay the wages and pay the bills and crap like that. And you're thinking, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
There's a rabbit off here. If you're, you put this down as a bond. I'm just using what happened to us as an example.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of your money?
This is absolutely horrendous. Absolutely.
Got it.
Yeah, it's horrible. Look at that.
And it hasn't come up yet. Oh my God! Is it a tatty field?
Yeah. And I think there is another one.
You cannot play football on that.
That's somebody that was there at that, but yeah, that's just it needs completely redoing, doesn't it?
Well, it's just gone. He's just dug that up, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm sure there's another one of the terrace somewhere. I'll see if I can find it.
So have they not played at home all season?
No. Oh, here. This is gee whiz. 1 second. So right, so that's inside the ground now.
Hey, it looks derelict, doesn't it? You know those old stadiums.
There's the pitch.
Oh my God, they've got serious issues there.
Look at that.
I mean, that's not even a pitch. I mean, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That looks derelict.
We should send them to Tommy Woodward and say the pitch. Our pitch is looking good this weekend.
That would be funny.
That's quite sad, though, to see a football club like that. That's not coming back in a hurry, is it?
No, it's not. And so it looks like a farmer's field. Samples. But I remember when we lost 1-0 home to North Ferriby.
Oh, I remember that. Oh.
Yeah.
So we only game winner of the season.
Yeah, and that's why the government are looking at a new approach for football clubs being held to account. It'll never happen, Steve. It'll never happen.
It won't happen. No, never happen.
It could have been done. Could have been done by now. I got asked a question today. Who's on our Mount Rushmore of people in our lifetime? What football? Or just like
give me gated four people's faces from gated.
Are you going gated?
Yeah.
Oh, I think gated. Surely
but in history.
Yeah,
in the whole history.
Aye.
You're probably looking at one of the calendars.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Calendar.
Yeah. Curtis.
Oh No, I wouldn't. I don't know why.
No, for his service, I would.
Aye, service true. He's longer serving, isn't he?
If that's the case, then you've got the other three are going to be Derek Bell, Simon Smith.
Yeah, that's it. Aye. Hey, did you see the old players met up the other day?
Yeah, I thought David might have put them up, to be honest.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, but I say I haven't seen if Nathan's got back with us to let us know if it was football or in life. But
well,
no, let's not go. Let's go our 4 each without it being like who's played the most games.
Why don't we think about it for next week's program? Because it's 9 o'clock and it gives us time to like have a think about it.
That means Steely wants to get off. Right. On that, everybody.
As Pippa just lifted that frog up at you, like.
Been up the island a while, you know. He's like a puffin. He's went to where it's warm. Right. On that note, we're going to leave it there and say thank you to everyone that has sent their messages in. It's lovely to have Steely off the island permanently.
It is.
Come to some games. Big thank you to Mr. Gray for his continued work on the prediction league. Thank you everyone that sent in and say everyone that's tuned in tonight and interacted with us. It's been fantastic. It's a heat-based question. Well, we'll keep that for next week then. And
Mr. Gray, can you correct it next week, please? The guy at the top, he shouldn't be there. Can you drop him down a bit?
Yeah, just what the call it? See, bring the game into dispute and take 5 points off him.
Yeah. He's got an administration. Take 10 points.
He's done his pitch up.
Be good to get the chairman or vice chairman on the podcast. We can certainly ask. We haven't had them on in a while. We've got this one is Steve Farfield's before we go, and it's Tom Callender, Graham Wood, Ben Clark, and Robert.
Graham Wood,
all very much contenders there, and
Elliot, the big silverware, first big major silverware.
Yeah, definitely. Well, on that note, boys, thank you very much.
Cheers, lads.
I'm off to go and have a look at this. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We would like to take this moment to thank our podcast partners at Patrick Sportswear for the continued support of the show.